Hello you, this is BMX Racers from Mastertronic on the Commodore 64. A game that I have covered once before, way back at the start of this channel, but that was emulated on an Xbox. And, well, we're doing this one for real now. Two copies, because this is my original copy, which looks like this. And, well, I'll get into a bit more about that in a minute. And this is a copy that was sent to me amongst a box of lots of other Commodore 64 games from Paul Wood, Super Retroid, which was really nice of him. He asked me if I had a copy of a game, which I'll get onto on another video. And I said no, and he went, I've got a double of it, I'll send it to you. And then he sent me a load of his other doubles as well, completely out of the blue. It's like, I opened this box and it's like, so many games. There were a few doubles in there that I had, but I'll get onto that. Let's turn this light off. If I can find where the light switch is. Oh no, that's too bright. There we go. Now I'm blind. Now what we're going to do first is we are going to press play on tape. Yes, we're actually loading from tape, so you can see the whole experience for once. I thought I'd make a nice change because I want to check this, because this original copy that I had is something like the third or fourth game I ever had. Excuse me, windy pops. Third or fourth game I ever had, because the first game that I had was Depth Charge. There we go, BMX Racers, thank you. Which came with my Commodore 64. Then I think the second game I had was Pulse 64, which Dad just brought home one day from work and he bought us a game. Oh, thank you very much. Don't know if it'd be rubbish, but there we go. And then at Christmas I had £10 to spend, and I got Jet Set Willy for £7.95. This was from Boots in Cardiff, upstairs, when Boots sold games. They were upstairs in Cardiff at that point. Yeah, this is what happens with BMX Racers. It loads up this bit first, and it doesn't load while this happens. No, you've got to watch this and read this, and then, yeah. Rivers, lakes, cars, trees, rocks, swimming pools, oil patches, bushes, fences, pedestrians, and many more. Now, there are different versions of this game as far as I was aware, because the version that I've got only really has static scenery to avoid. Trees, rocks, swimming pools, bushes, fences. I don't recall ever seeing cars or pedestrians or oil patches. So I believe there are two versions of this. There's one that's very basic but has those things in, and then a later version, which I believe this is, which has less in it. I'm not 100% on that. So I'm often on the lookout for any other copies of BMX Racers, but I'm not going out buying copies of BMX Racers just to find that one special one. But this one looks like it has the same cover with the same burner loader at the top right-hand corner of the inlay. So I'm suspecting this is probably going to be the same, but I'm loading it up anyway just to check. Okay, let's move on to the. You probably couldn't see that. I probably should zoom in, shouldn't I? Let's zoom in so you can read this bit at least. There we go. Yes, to control the bike. Left, right, up, down, or joystick input 2. Don't ride into anything and you may become a champion. Press the key to load game. And now we're loading. Marvellous, eh? And, yeah, so £7.95 for Jet Set Willy. And then I had another £2 left, didn't I? And I bought this. It was going to be this or Purple Turtles. I decided on this in the end. And I have gone back and played Purple Turtles, and yeah, it's a tough call as to which would have been a better game. Oh, it's gone purple. Which would have been the better choice, but I got this Darling Brothers early title, so it's a bit of gaming history, I suppose, with a lot of the same sound effects and very similar sort of style graphics to Magic Carpet, Bionic Granny, all sorts of. I think they probably used Game Maker a lot and just churned stuff out, and thus their empire began. Yeah, so I suspect this is probably going to be the same version, but I have to check. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So Paul sent me this, and I do. It was a good selection. There weren't that many that I already had doubles of, but there were some doubles in there, and so I am giving some of those to Bloggers Pow, expressed an interest. blogger plays video games like me and talks about them, only his channel is a lot more professional than mine, with proper editing and stuff and knowledgeable things, you know, as opposed to just talking crap off the top of your head like I do. So go check out his channel. And also Devlin, Magic Bane, expressed an interest in, there was an Amstrad game in there. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that Super Retroid is such a nice guy, I might have been offended at receiving an Amstrad game in the post. But Devlin expressed an interest in taking that off my hands rather than it going in the bin. I wouldn't put a game in a bin, even if it was an Amstrad one. I'd find a home for it. And Magic Bane, Devlin stepped up to it, and oh dear, this isn't looking good. This is looking very different to my copy. The tape has stopped though. Right. Well, we will. Is this going to be the first load fail of the year? Right, let's... Nope, nothing happening there. Right, we're starting again, folks. Right, there we go. Well, another 5 minutes then. You can skip ahead, though. You can skip ahead, I just have to sit here. The Magic Bane Devlin, he said he would like the Amstrad game. Poor sod that he is. So he'll be getting that. He makes computer games. Devlin.itch.io, I think it might be magicbane.itch.io. I can't remember which it is. I'll put a link in the description. You know how it goes. There we go. So, now I've used up all my knowledge of talking stuff and capability of word string together. Oh dear, it's all gone horribly, horribly wrong, hasn't it? Most people would probably restart their video at this point, but that would involve me reaching over to the camera and pressing stop and doing stuff. So it's much easier for me to talk absolute drivel for a bit, isn't it? Yes. How are you doing anyway? Things are, I wouldn't say progressing, continuing in much the same vein. You know what? I shall zoom out so you can see the lights instead of that. There you go. Yeah, things are much the same here now. Don't want to get into misery time of things. So, but yeah, I'll just say this package of games, very, very much appreciated. I need things to distract me at the moment, so stuff like this. I think I'm going to go through a batch of Commodore 64 stuff, going through a load of the things that Paul sent. So that's something. I've got to find things to keep going, and gives me a plan of action. Yeah, that'll do. We'll go with that. So yeah. Anyway, what was I saying any more about BMX Racers? I can't remember. Jet Set Willy, Boots the Chemists. For those outside of UK, Boots is a chemist's. Only they also sell everything else under the sun. You go there for your suntan oil in the summer, and you go there for your Christmas presents in the winter. But they used to sell computer games, like every shop did. Even your local corner shop had computer games on the counter, and you could get them with your sack of spuds or a packet of fags. Oh, I'll have a £2 computer game. This was one of those £2 computer games. Just trying to think now. Yeah, I did cover this emulated yonks ago. I mean, God, that must be 7, 8 years ago, probably more now. I don't know. And it was emulated, so I figured, yeah, I might as well see what this version's like. I know I have tried the Spectrum version and I couldn't get it to load. I will have to try that again at some point because I've never played the Spectrum version. There we go. Right, and it just dumps you straight into it. There we go. Right. And I can't zoom in because I'm playing immediately. This scrolling's a lot jerkier than I remember it. That was a little trick I did just then. And can I zoom in now? There we go. Normally I think you're supposed to follow the road, but it's much easier to just nip left and right there. I say much easier. With a decent joystick it's much easier. I didn't have a decent joystick back then. I had a Point Master, which has a travel of roughly 17 nautical miles. So getting to this point here was ridiculously difficult and really quite an achievement, whereas now after years of not playing this, I've promptly got there. Right. Ooh. See that swimming pool? Whoa, oh, okay, I've never seen this. Oh my god, where are we? Ooh, mother. I have never seen this far. Ever. I'm going to have to rewind back and pause that, because I've never seen... You gits. I forgot that. I forgot you could crash into the stuff saying course complete, get ready. Oh, and it's in the road as well. Ooh. Breathe, Rob, breathe. Right. I never saw course 4. I never saw halfway through course 3. Because, like I said, 17 nautical mile travel joystick. It was absolutely rubbish. But it was the only joystick I had, so, you know, made do with it and didn't know any better. And other friends had weird joysticks, like Conic Speed Kings, like, oh. And the previous joystick I had before the Point Master was a Commodore own brand one that broke within a week. So, you know, the Point Master was better because it kept going for years. And I never knew any better for years. Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen that far. I'm going to have to rewind so I can actually see some of that scenery. I was going to say that swimming pool. I've never really properly been able to see that swimming pool because I'm always watching the scenery on the left, because that's the way you go. Because you can't ride a bicycle over a swimming pool, so you can't go that way. So you only go round to the left. And my eyes are watching that side of the screen. So I've never properly seen the swimming pool, let alone car parks. Right. Okay. Well. Let's go again. I doubt I will get as far as that now, and that's just incredible on my first go in years. Right, here we go. And louder. Just as it louder. Yes, playing with a Competition Pro 5000 rather than a Point Master really does make a bit of a difference. One day I will get myself a Point Master, but they go for... I think they might go for a tenner now, I can't remember. You know, it's the usual thing, people go, oh look, I've got all this stuff, this old computer stuff, this goes for a mint, I'm going to charge 10, 20 quid for this joystick. It's rare, look. Oh my giddy aunt, I never saw this. No, damn. Yeah, so they go for silly money. Silly money that I'm not prepared to pay for a terrible joystick. If I ever pick one up in a bundle, great, with other stuff, fantastic. But I'm not paying 10, 20 quid for someone to send me an absolutely lousy joystick. I mean, it had the contacts on it with those little metallic little blisters, shall we say, that, and then the joystick had like a circular base underneath with little pegs in it that would push those down, and it was bad. It was just, but like I said, it's all we had. But yeah, I refuse to spend good money. I refuse to spend good money on tat, he says, knowing the amount of tat that he's bought in the past. But yeah. But one day I will get one to see what it's like. But I do have enough other joysticks that are bad in order to be able to kind of compare. Because I think I did Daley Thompson's Decathlon with a terrible joystick. I've done it again. I'm like, I didn't touch that. Come on, course 4. There's only 5 courses in this game. So if I can get to course 4 on my first go, then it's tempting me to try and just keep going until I get there, isn't it? It's just going to keep doing that to me. Yeah, considering I had an action replay cartridge as a kid, I could have just disabled sprite detection and just gone through the entire game to see what it was like. I'm surprised I didn't ever do that. I'm thinking about I probably had better things to do with my time, he says, as a 40-something-year-old bloke. With obviously nothing better to do with my time. Hey, I'm printing stuff on a 3D printer at the moment, so I'm just kind of drumming my fingers. I've got time to kill. So, damn it, the flashing lights are flashing a bit much for me. Actually, they were getting a bit distracting. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. I need to focus on the screen, not on the flashing lights just below the screen. I do quite like the animation of the little stick bloke wiggling. He's either got a bald head that's wiggling back and forth, or that's his arse cheeks as he's cycling. He's not got any shorts on. I don't know. It's very strange how pink bits of him are wobbling as he cycles. Right, and let's race to the finish. No, makes no difference. The finish has to get to the bottom of the screen rather than you crossing the finish. Right, and through the car parks, to the left. Damn it, it's that bit again. After the car parks, it's that bit. Remember, Rob, after the car parks, it's that bit. That's if you get past the first freaking river. I should have done a test to see how quickly, how little can you score in BMX Racers. That would be more of a challenge. See how quickly you can slam into the nearest bit of scenery. Because of course your score just ticks up as you go up the screen. So you score as little as possible. You need to slam into scenery as quickly as possible from the start. That sounds like a challenge. It's a challenge for me and a challenge for the coracle. Right. I mean, some of the scenery is like, I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm assuming the white things are meant to be stone rocks of some kind. Anything that's green is a bush of some kind. But what is that white lump there? Right, after these it's that. Ooh. Right. It's that bit again. Just like reusing key bits of the scenery again. Right, don't go on the road, Rob. There we go. New territory, new territory. You've never seen this before. Even if it looks very similar to other bits you may have seen. Okay, where the hell are we now? Okay. Oh! You! Chin chin. God, that glass looks filthy. It is clean, that's just where my mouth's been. At the edge of it. It's a very strange park, isn't it, with this fence leading around there like that. And I'm suspecting round to the right is better. I don't know. Well, here we go again. Damn, I was going to try and slam into the nearest bit of scenery, wasn't I? I was a bit late for that now. I'm committed. I'm past the first corner. We're on our way. There we go. Surprised the finish bit doesn't kill you there. Oof, that was a bit close. 3 of those, and then we get to the bridge again. I have to say, it's not really like the cover, is it? It was that cover that really suckered you in, like it was with so many of these games. And it was a learning experience for many of us that, yeah, don't believe the covers. The cover looks like look like space robot bikers. Oh dear. Damn it. There we go. That's how you score as little as possible. Hold right. Because if you go left, you score 4 points. If you put hold right, there you go. Brilliant. Hold left. You have to actually aim for stuff. What if you actually have to avoid that? Not get those first two. It's going to be that one, isn't it? 8 points. Unless you... Yeah, 2 points if you just push right and press fire without really any skill whatsoever. If you push left and aim, then... Yeah. Anyway, let's try the game properly, eh? Right. So much entertainment for only 199 of your Earth pennies. Yes, space robot ninja biker droid things jumping in the air and stuff and look really cool, and then you load it up and you go da 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 da. Yeah. Like I say, it was an early lesson to a very young Geigerpunk, and I'm sure it was the same for many of us, especially when it came to looking at screenshots on games as well, and paying close attention to those tiny words that say screenshots may be from different versions, because they generally were arcade. Or you'd learn, you could recognise, damn it, when it was an Amstrad game or a Spectrum game or something. Yeah, you go, that's not the version that I'm looking at. But then Codemasters at least included screenshots of what the game looked like on your system. Although thinking about it, Firebird did that originally on the front cover. They couldn't be bothered doing any exciting art. They put the name of the game on the cover and a picture of what it looked like on your system on the cover. And that was that. And that worked. And then of course they had to try and make it look a bit fancier, so they started doing proper artwork covers, didn't they? But yeah, you knew you still couldn't believe screenshots a lot of the time. I mean, go look at Ivanhoe. Look at I did that one just last year, and that looked fantastic in screenshots. Fantastic. And then it moves barely. I will beat this. I will beat this. I don't have a great deal else other stuff to do at the moment, so I will beat this. This is what happens. I get stuck into, I get locked into a frame of mind where I will get through to the bitter end of this. It's alright for you, you can skip ahead. I mean, I could edit it as well, couldn't I? What kind of lunatic edit videos? I mean, really. That's like for professionals and stuff. Right. Of course, I could play other games. I have been given a box of other games by Paul, and I could go through some of those. Because there's some that I still haven't covered. Here I am covering a game that I have kind of covered. And I'm not going to look away from the screen to see how many minutes I have been playing for so far. Damn it, now I will. I've been playing for 24 minutes. Right, although admittedly probably about 10 minutes that was loading. I've been playing this for about a quarter of an hour. Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, $1.99 trash it might have been, but still playing it 30 odd years later. So I mean, that says something about it, doesn't it? It says something about me, I suppose. But it's simple, it works, it looks like crud, but you use your imagination, don't you? It also scrolls really jerky. I don't remember the scrolling being this jerky, but then I don't remember Scramble scrolling jerkily, and that scrolls really quite jerkily. To the point where they updated, some people updated it and gave it fancy graphics and everything, and maybe I should cover that at some point if I haven't already. I can't remember. Ooh. I'm guessing this is character scrolling. It's like 8 pixels at a time, is it? Whoa. There we go. Right, course 4. Avoid those that writing there. Now, 3 of these. Right, where was it now? Ooh. Ooh, okay. Damn you, damn you, damn you. You know what? I will leave it there. Because this has been a 25-minute video on BMX Racers. For God's sake. That's just silly, that is. When I could be playing a better game. But I mean, does it really matter in the end? What is a good game? What is a bad game? Yeah, I'm not going to get into that because you could be here all day saying, this is a bad game, Rob, this is a bad game, Rob. Look at all these games in Ashens' books. These are all bad games. Demonstrably bad. Yeah, okay, that was a bad example. Just because it's a bad game doesn't necessarily mean you can't have fun, though, does it? Although I do generally prefer to play good games over bad games. It's just... I'm suspecting most people would look at this and go, this is absolute rubbish. And I would agree. But, you know, rose-tinted and all of that, the nostalgia, I played this a lot when I was a kid, and I can go back to it now and still try to beat it. And I can do better now than I did then. So, yeah, as ever, I don't know where I'm going with this, but just because it's not a great game doesn't mean it's a terrible game. It works. It has functional graphics, it has functional sound, it controls, it has a challenge, and that's basic. That's the basics of what you need for a game, isn't it? So yeah, there you go. BMX Racers. It's not all that bad. It doesn't look great, but it plays all right. And for $1.99, I got my money's worth, I think. Sadly, it looks like I'm still on the hunt for that other special, different version out there. Yes, I could try and find it online and download it, but where's the fun in that, eh? Yeah, so that was BMX Racers on the Commodore 64. I hope you enjoyed watching. I'll catch you on the next one, maybe. Ta-ta!